Good morning. Um, Welcome to Masters Meetup platform. This morning I want to come your way with a very short piece which is very inspirational. And this is what I want to say. Never permit greatness in your presence, without recognizing it, acknowledging it, and celebrating it in some way. You know, we must have the fortitude of recognizing greatness whenever it comes into our presence or we go into the presence of greatness. You know, greatness does not mean absence of weakness. And most of the time, greatness is disguised. But then we must have what it takes to discover greatness anytime we come close to it. You know, it has been the attitude of many people to trivialize and ignore greatness whenever it is seen. But I think it is not a good thing. We should abhor that, and we should put up that kind of attitude, that mindset that celebrates greatness. You know, anytime we talk about greatness, people think that it has to take something spectacular, something out of the ordinary to be great. You know, but anytime we talk about greatness, it has to be with, you know, that thing about any individual that you come across that makes him unique, that makes him different, that makes him bigger and thicker than life. And anytime something like that is identified in anybody's life, it is a mark, and that is what makes that person great. So some people, they have great influence. Others too, they have great talent. Others too, they have great strength. Others have great beauty. Others too have great virtues and values. This is what makes each and every one of this group I've mentioned, these categories I've mentioned, that is what makes them great. So whenever something like that is found or discovered, you must find a way to celebrate it. You must find a way to acknowledge it. Say thank you. You could serve it. You could be of help to it. You can show appreciation, greatness. In any way, find a way to celebrate and acknowledge greatness whenever it comes your way. You know, when you read in the good book, there's this story of a woman called Abigail. She had a husband who was called Nabal, and as the man's name goes, he was a foolish man. And David has been of so much help to this man, and at the end of the period, David just wanted something small from this man, and this man spoke foolishly. But Abigail got to know and heard what has happened so quickly. She went out and met David, and she spoke to David. Then after speaking to David, this is what she said. She said that, I know that you'll be a king, and when you become a king, when you become a great man, remember me. You see, at that time, there was no possibility of David's rising to the top. But this woman was able to recognize his greatness, and he acknowledged it, celebrated it. So when David became a king, he had to call this woman, and this woman became one of his wives. Had it not been for the fact that he celebrated his greatness, the woman would have lost greatly and would have not enjoyed when David became a king. So there's greatness all around us. The people you meet, the people who come across, your friends around you, even your own siblings. What makes them unique? What makes them different? What makes them thick and bigger than life? Discover that, recognize that, find a way to acknowledge it, and find a way to celebrate it, and you shall become a beneficiary of that iota of greatness in that individual. Thank you. I'll meet you again on this same platform. Bye-bye.